on some weight since you first got here?
A little bit.
About how much?
Maybe 10, 15 pounds.
Damien, Nick had said a couple times this last week that you kind of deal with some injury issues. How are you feeling physically, and what have been some of the problems?
I mean, at this point in the year, everybody's kind of going through some pains. It's a long season. It's a tough stretch. Played a lot of football this year. So, I mean, there's a lot of guys that are banged up, not just on our team, but across the country. But it's really important in times like this just to, you got to push through. If you want to achieve what you want to achieve, you have to play through things like that. And, it's just kind of how it goes. But we have a bye week this weekend, and, we look to get some guys back healthy again.
How you're kind of approaching it, trying to get healthy, are you doing anything special?
I mean, not really. I just kind of get with the trainers because, obviously they know what they're doing, and kind of go by what they say. Try to get back 100%.
Nick said that you guys have been working on getting the passing game going this week. What are you guys seeing in practice?
I mean, it's kind of a tough question to answer. You just trying to, I guess, get our timing down. Sometimes the timing is off. Maybe there's some communication there between the quarterback and receiver, or tight ends, running backs, whoever it may be. But we're just trying to get that corrected this week. We got a little bit of time before our next opponent, and we're trying to get those things corrected.
When you go against the running back that everyone's talking about, like Fournette, does it kind of give you extra motivation to kind of have them talk about you as well?
I mean, not really. I mean, he's a great player, obviously, as everybody can tell. But for the most part, we're just focused on winning the game.
What do you think about some of his runs last week against Ole Miss? Did you see him maybe in vying for him?
I mean, I saw a few of them. Like I said, he's a tremendous player. You can't give him enough credit. All the respect in the world to him, but we're more focused on what we got to do to win the game.
Nick talks about your vision as a runner. How do you describe your vision and what you see, and what do you look for when you're running?
For the most part, I just try to set up my blocks, pressing the read, just trying to make the defense do what I want them to do. That way, I can create my own running lanes. That's something that we emphasize maybe the most as a group of running backs. Trying to set your own running lanes and bring the blocks to the blockers. So it's just kind of what we work on and what we practice, and we try to take it to the game with us.
Is that something that comes naturally, or is that something you practice and you get better at over the years?
I mean, it's just skills like that you got to have as a running back, but you've never completely got it. Every day you have to work on, no matter how good you are at it or how poorly you do. Every day you have to work on improving and getting better every day.
Have things slowed down though when you're seeing those holes? Has the game kind of slowed down for you? Or it doesn't seem as fast?
I mean, for the most part, practicing it as much as we do, it's kind of the point we want to practice so hard and so fast that, the game kind of slows down for us and the game seems easy to us. Well, not easy, but easier. And, so for the most part, it's kind of slowing down. When you work on it so much in practice, like I said, it kind of gets easier and you see things better and you kind of know what to expect, you know what to look for. So I guess so.
I'm sure some of it is instinct, but what are you looking for when the hole is open up? You can tell sometimes you're kind of looking to see where the hole is, and then you hit it when it's open. So.
Well, I mean, it just kind of depends on the play. I mean, a lot of times you can't just take the first running lane that you see because it's not in the job description of the play. But you try to set up your own blocks and read the defense to the best of your ability. So. You just want to take what the defense gives you and kind of make them do what you want them to do.
Some call you the Clark Kent off the field, or you're Superman on the field. What do you think about Jonathan Allen doing his Superman play? Are you the real Superman, or he?
I'll definitely give him credit for being the Superman. But John Allen's he's a great player. He's a tremendous leader for us. Obviously on the field, but just as much off the field. He's a real vocal leader. He's one of those guys that you really look to in a situation where you kind of need that uplifting teammate to kind of let you know that no matter what the circumstances in the game, we'll be all right, we'll be fine, and you really need guys like that to kind of pull us together when things get hard.
You obviously have a lot of experience going against the defensive line and the linebackers in practice. Do you think that their speed catches people off guard? Just looking at them, are they faster than they look?
I mean, I think everybody knows we got a pretty good defense, so I mean. Some of them can be, some of the linebackers, some of the D linemen are deceptively fast. I mean, you kind of look at those guys, you see how big they are, but you don't really notice their speed until it hits you. So yeah, I think it catches some people off guard.
How's your leg feeling? And as it gets better, do you feel like you know the best is yet to come?
I mean, I'm just focused on trying to get it better. It feels okay, if that's what you're asking.
Is it affecting you in the games at all, or just?
I mean, like I said, at this point in the year, a lot of people are banged up. It kind of affects everybody. You know, the injury percent in football is 100%. So it affects everybody, but you know, like I said, you just got to play through it.
What kind of guy is Bradley Bozeman in the locker room or in the huddle?
Bozeman's a funny guy, you know, kind of in the locker room when the lights are off. But once we step on the field, he means business. So, you know, he means business, and he's a great leader. He's one of the main guys on the front line with the most experience, and you know, he's a real anchor for our offense, and he's part of the glue that really holds this offense together.
Talk about your vision. Did any plays that stand out where you had like particularly good, seeing the hole, hitting the hole?
I mean, I had a couple, but there's a lot of those plays that I didn't make, and a lot of those plays that the plays that I'm gonna focus on getting better at this week, and hopefully getting better throughout the year.
You've had a lot of big plays, a lot of 30, 40, 50-yard runs. You know, do you kind of look forward to those? Is that something that when you get through the hole, you know, okay, I got some distance in front of me, or what?
Not really. I mean, one thing that Coach Burns really emphasized with us is if you do the little things right, if you focus on the details, the small details of the play, you know, you're going to have your runs 1 yard, 2 yard, 3 yards that are good runs. You know, a lot of people don't look at it that way anymore. You know, those short 2-yard gains that are actually good runs because, you know, you do the little details right, and you do what you're supposed to do on that play. But he says the more that you do the things the right way, then that's when your big plays are going to come. That's when your long runs, your home runs are going to come from. So it's just about focusing on those small details, and you know, keep hitting those short runs, those 1-2 yard gains, and then hopefully throughout the game, you know, you'll kind of loosen up the defense and you'll break one.
Is Coach Burns sometimes a little underappreciated outside the program? I think, you know, a guy with 2 Heisman Trophy winners and has been a part of so much success here.
I mean, I could talk about Coach Burns all day. I mean, I don't really know how the outside looks at him, but he's so respected amongst this program, players, staff. I mean, he's a big part of the reason why the group is, you know, the running back group is where we are today. And you know, I don't want to sit here and take up all your time, but he's a great coach. He's a great mentor. He's a great person, and I couldn't be more thankful to play for anybody else.
What's he like as you talked about his personality a little bit? You know, it seems like he asks a lot of you, but also, you know, more of a father figure a little bit sometimes we hear from some players. So what's he like for you as a person?
Kind of all those things wrapped up into one. I mean, there's some times when, you know, we won't even watch film, and we'll go in the meeting room and he'll just sit and talk about life, how to make us a better player, but also make us better men, better people. And, you know, it's things like that, you know, kind of wrap up that father figure that he can be. But, you know, on the field, he's 100% business. You know, he pushes you way farther than you ever thought you'd ever be pushed, but it's not because he just wants to get on your, you know, you guys know how that goes. He just wants to get the most out of you, and he does it in such a way that, you know, you can only respond in a positive way, because you have to understand what he's saying, not how he's saying it per se. So he just kind of does a little bit of everything for us, and, you know, we're thankful to have him.
You laughed when you mentioned Bradley. I guess, is there any specific circumstance you want to tell us that I guess gives him that reputation? Also, how important is it to have a guy like that maybe keeps the team from taking itself too seriously after a rough practice or a game?
I mean, I don't know if I can talk about any examples, but you know, just for the most part, with guys like that, they kind of let us know that we can relax. You know, there's a lot of things going on in this program. We work extremely hard day in and day out for a lot of hours in the day. But it's guys like that kind of, you know, let us know it's okay to have fun. It's okay to relax and, you know, smile, laugh, have a good time. So that's kind of what keeps our team balanced, you know.
Okay. Thanks, Damien.
Thank you.